developed a team of 25 plus people with 5 sections, which are taking work in software and converting my dreams into applications. So let's start with inpatient. Now, just imagine that you are sitting in a hospital or walking in a ward round, seeing patients, and then finally discharging a patient from the hospital. That is the time where a handover is required. You need to give information, specific information, to somebody who will be responsible for the care. That information will be driven from lots of medical records, nursing notes, physiotherapy, hospital, wound care, etc., etc. So a discharge letter has to be a very meaningful document. In England, in NHS, that is the key document. A lot of medical negligence, which I deal in part of my practice, stems from discharge letter not being delivered in time to the GP. So the GP took a decision without knowing what happened to this patient in the hospital. And the patient went back to hospital because there was no GP information. So large number of readmissions, kind of visits, GPs getting confused, patients not satisfied. So I thought this is a bottleneck. I should do something about it. So I mean, this is a workload, 16.4 million discharge summaries every year. Dr. Professor Shafi is here. He knows more than me. 35 to 45 minutes taken. One letter. I used to be an SHO, orthopedics, long time back, quite long time back. And I remember nurse calling me, I need to get this patient out by 4 o'clock, pharmacy closes, come to ward. I have to leave my favorite operation I was assisting, go to the ward, write a discharge summary. By the time I come back, operation was over. I lost my training because of admin work. Can you imagine the dilemma? A doctor loses training initiative just because he has to do some admin work. So that pain I had, I remembered. I thought I should do something to convert that pain into a solution. So this is the plan of my software, automated draft generation, based on all the medical records, clinical validation by the doctor, who can be in theater just between the patients, goes to the counter, logs in, checks the detail, says, yes, it's fine, go. 3 minutes. And automated distribution, 1 copy goes to GP, 1 copy goes to pharmacy, the prescription, a simplified version goes to the patient. That is just less than 3 minutes. And patient and doctor is still able to see and assist the surgeon in theater. So that is a few screenshots. I'm going to show you this design. So yeah, this is where we start. This is a software design where you start with this pattern, and then you start a new summary. Now, in this case, this system, if it's not integrated in the hospital EMR, you can upload all the PDF you generate from the hospital records, which is not discharge summary, but everything from this date to that date. That's not discharge summary. That's journey. So you upload that. In this example, I'm doing that. Otherwise, if you're integrated, you don't need to do that. So I upload the file here, and this is the patient-sensitive information. I have to specify what information should not be given to ChatGPT or LLM. So I redact my document at this point. Professor Shafi is well aware of the litigation we face because of sharing patient information. So there is the automatic extraction, which I specified, like change the patient's name to this, change the consultant in charge name to this. So this information is now at the Azure level, Microsoft Azure level, advanced OCR version of Microsoft Azure. So it is yet to go to the ChatGPT server. It stops there, we redact it, and NHS has agreement with Microsoft Azure that you will be our preferred partner. So they will not distribute the information. And now, information is done. I'm just going to generate the summary. And this summary now is available. Less than the longest it has taken us is 95 seconds so far, as compared to 25 minutes when I was an SHO. 95 seconds. These are the few sections of the summary. You can see it includes the fracture, it includes the secondary diagnosis, it also includes what is the inpatient detail, and investigations done during inpatient, medications history during inpatient, and on discharge. That was again a major litigation area in England. that the patient medications were not up to date. So this way, you can edit that. Let's say you find something abnormal. The doctor validating that can edit it and save it. And then this is now ready for going out. This can go into PDF file and be attached with the hospital EMR or be sent as HTML version into the integrated hospital EMR, like Athona, like Cerner, Epic, or whatever. So this way, even in private hospitals in Pakistan, if they have a server system, if they have EMR system, this can apply there. Everything will be extracted, made a discharge summary, sent back to them. So that is the way I thought we can help NHS. So what about the patient goes home and patient calls the hospital? What happened to me? What was my operation like? Who did my operation? Any complications? What medications? How should I walk now? All these questions, and the hospital switchboard is clogged. Now imagine that is a big bottleneck. And then the nurse calls me, this patient asked me this question, I didn't know the answer. Do you know the answer? Again, a trouble loop starts. So I thought this was another problem which I can help. So I did this. I created, this is the reason why I was doing this, because the automated texting programs were not attractive. We do that in NHS all the times nowadays. But people don't find texting, especially elderly people, very friendly. So I did this. I created Virtual Jennifer. Virtual Jennifer. Jennifer is the name of my first secretary. When I was a very young consultant in orthopedic surgery, I thought it's paid to pay tribute to her, and I did this in name of her. She was not very similar looking.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
I have been in hospital recently. Do you know what was the diagnosis of my injury?
Of course. Based on the information provided in your records, you were diagnosed with a fracture of the tibial plateau, which is an injury to the knee.
What medications I have to take now?
Dear Mrs. Saib, currently you are prescribed the following medications. Amlodipine 5 mg tablets, take 1 daily, a total of 28 tablets. Levothyroxine sodium 100 microgram tablets, take 1 each morning, a total of 28 tablets.
How should I walk at this stage?
It's essential to approach walking with caution while your leg is in plaster.
So this was the way we can bypass the switchboard 24/7. You can ask even if you're traveling in a shopping mall, whenever you can do. You can help your hospital switchboard by providing this virtual nurse. Imagine in Pakistan we are doing this. We can do in Urdu. It is working in 5 languages. We are adding Bengali to it now as a moment. Turkish, Arabic, English, Hindi, Urdu. And Bengali is next. So now let's go back to outpatient clinic. This is the inpatient contribution of mine. I'll now go back to outpatient. In outpatient, I thought this is something we can do. When the patient is at home, use that time. So I created again virtual Jennifer's history taking part, and I thought this was the proven test where 32 parameters were made to judge such a project, and 30 were better as compared to person taking the history. So based on that, I created a software which is going to do just like this. You select English language or whatever language.
Hello, I am here to assist you today. Please tell me your name, age, and gender to begin with.
My name is Shakil Khan. I'm 45 years of age and male.
Let's now talk about the main issue you're experiencing. What is the main symptom or problem bringing you in?
I'm just running it fast to get you some idea. The history is being taken in Urdu and any other language. In fact, I demonstrated that in Aga Khan 6 months ago in Urdu. I don't know how many of you were there. So this way the history is organized, summarized, and now it's ready to be sent to my clinic. This is what happens in my clinics every day. All the patients get history taken. They get a text message the day before, and Jennifer comes on the screen, takes history, sends it to me. So in my clinic, I'm able to be very informed clinician, and I only ask questions which are critical. I spend more time on asking critical questions rather than when did the pain start, what makes it better, what makes it worse. So I think the better use of intelligence of our senior clinicians here is to ask critical questions. and give this job to people like Jennifer. So this is the summary. This is the email Shakil Khan got, and this is the format of the summary. Now this is populating the EMR. We have a session on EMR. This is basically in Pakistan, why people don't create EMRs? Because you have to type and write. That is the solution, one of the solutions. You give the job to a chatbot, train it well, take history in Urdu, convert that into English, start the EMR. Okay, start the EMR. And that EMR is your database for every trial in Pakistan. In ChatGPT, when you put information there, the information comes from USA, America, and all that. Why not from Pakistan? Because the papers are not there. By the way, just want to share news with you. Yesterday, I got a news that I've been appointed as the editor-in-chief of the Telehealth Today in America. So I wish this helps our side of journals to come through. So the next point is now the patient has left the home, now waiting for me in the clinic. I'm in the clinic. Now I'm looking at the medical records. And Professor Shafi, you remember how much time it takes for 1,000 pages to look at, and still you feel you missed something. I thought, why not I talk to medical records? I thought I could talk to medical records as if it's a person, get my information in 1 minute and call the patient in. I did this, and it works. So I, again, upload the patient medical record or connect with the EMR of the hospital. And then it's setting up, it's doing redacting, and now I'm ready to talk.
What was this patient's injury? Please give me a summary. Did this patient have any CT scan of the injured knee prior to the operative procedure? What was the result of the CT scan?
It corrects me as well. You can add it the questions.
Did she have any bone grafting during the operative procedure? What was the post-operative plan for this patient?
So I can visit to the page by clicking here. Where is information coming from? That's explainable AI, AIX. Okay? So this way now patient is about to come in, and I've got the history from Jennifer. Citrus AI has given me the information about the patient. Now just imagine how confident I would be to talk to the patient with this information in my mind. I can straight away say, I'm sorry you had knee pain. I saw your medical records. You never had bone grafting done. I saw your x-rays. If that's my start, what is the impact on the patient? Do you not think that the patient engagement is better? Patient will suddenly say, oh my God, isko sara pata hai. This guy knows everything about me. So that is what I've done. Now, the next thing is now to call the patient in. Now the patient comes in, sits next to you, and you press the button of ambient scribing. That means the voice will be converted into notes. Let's start with that. I'm just going to show you some video. So you start consultation, take the consent of the patient, and start. It can work in 5
I have
languages.
just seen 55 years old Christina Thompson, who had stumbled in the local superstore last weekend.
So in this example, I'm dictating a note because no live patient was used, but normally it's patient-doctor conversation converted into templated notes. So this may have errors, but AI will finish the errors, eliminate the errors, and convert that into proper note. And this can go into SOAP notes or even your template. Whatever template you have, that can be converted into that. And that can be edited as well. So this is one way of me doing the clinic, patient in that home, patient in the lobby, patient with me. But now the next part I'm doing, I'll wrap this up in 2 minutes. I'm developing a clinical decision support system based on intelligence of the clinician seeing the patient and based on the created intelligence of some specialist I want to consult. Let's say in this clinic, I want to consult a John Hopkins consultant orthopedic surgeon, a radiologist in John Hopkins, and a rheumatologist in John Hopkins while I'm seeing the patient. So I must tell them who am I first. So that creates a sphere of intelligence. Then I create 3 more spheres of intelligence, this intelligence, this intelligence, this intelligence. Then I start talking to them. This is the fourth industrial revolution. It's not replacing hand or arm or speed or movement. It's replacing intellect. It's adding to your intellect. There has never been a super intelligence creation era. This is the one. And you'll hear more when Professor Shafi comes on the stage. So just want to show you, introduce you this concept that in this example, I will, can you advance the slide? Yeah. So I'll create a board. I'll put myself in there. I'll upload my CV, which is not on the screen, so that they know who am I, and they answer to my intelligence, not to general intelligence, to a specific intelligence. Once that is done, then you select which people you want. You can choose your country, otherwise it will give you medications of Pakistan or other country. So you choose your country of intelligence. And then you choose a specialty you want to create a board. So I'm creating a board of 3 specialties. And then I choose, in orthopedics, I choose one of the doctors. Now this is a doctor I have created. So you put the ideal qualifications you want, and you can check that. Which means that you basically create your own specialist you want to talk to, and ChatGPT will construct that intelligence for you. And then you can create a board in radiology. And then once you've done that, all 3 people are there. Now you can start talking to them.
Good morning, Professor Myers. I hope you're well.
So it's socializing as well. You can talk, they can talk back, I'm fine, it's good morning. They will understand your time clock, and they will say good morning or good afternoon. And then you put a question to them.
I have this 10 years old girl who presents to me with a left knee pain. It started mainly after she had a school trip where she walked for around 10 kilometers in 3 days. And
so my summary has been presented, and now I've been answered this question by my colleague, senior colleague, and he's giving me some ideas what to do now. I can ask him more questions, or he can ask me more questions. So this way I'm building up my opinion, and then at this point I can involve some other body like Professor Whitmore for radiology. I'll put an X-ray upload, ECG or X-ray, whatever.
good morning, Professor Whitmore. Can I trouble you with this X-ray to look at? If you can read the conversation above I had with Professor.
So this way I can put an X-ray after speaking, and then this doctor will read what happened before and give an answer with the X-ray and the previous conversation. And then I can involve the last person as the rheumatologist, ask one more question.
I want to take your opinion, Professor Rosenberg, on.
And in that basis, all 3 opinions are with me now. I'm still with the patient. Patient has gone for X-rays, and I am more informed from virtual Jennifer at home, imagine, then talking to the medical records while the patient was in lobby. Patient comes in, it all gets transcribed, notes are available, and then I have the luxury of talking to 3 people while the patient comes back from X-ray. All that is done, and when this is all finished, I'm ready for the next patient without waiting. Thank you very much.